Hello the internets and welcome back to another Trickcal video, and this time obviously let me go full screen. Actually, we're gonna be talking about Aya and her new Yearning. This is a really good Yearning, and also about her card because I like her card more than I like her Yearning. So let's talk about both things. So as usual, before we start, you guys can leave a like, subscribe, and make it to the channel. Hopefully the microphone sounds better on this video, and also there is not as much music as the previous one. I think I almost muted everything. Do let me know though. Still trying to figure out the setup for this laptop while I am not home. So for some reference on what I've been testing, level 120, 1.8 million combat power, rank 9 equipment with only the +5 on the weapon, skills at the 10, 10, 12. I'm not taking anything higher, but I would love to take these to level 15 if possible later, because this skill obviously it's more damage for everyone on the team as long as they are composed. So you know it's always welcome. Then when it comes to her Yearning itself, I have it at 2 stars, level 20, and then her board is should be just second board, all done. Yep, basically. Okay, so that's what we have as a reference. Okay, we can talk a little bit about the Yearning in a moment, and also about the card. So for some reference, Aya is already a strong character. If I go into the tier list on the website and we check the tier list, Aya is already good. Aya is a T1 unit. It does not change the rating with her Yearning. With her card, however, the damage increase difference is huge as to what she has to offer. So let's go a little bit into what's going on. Once again, like I was saying earlier, she was already a strong character and a buffer, which was always welcome. And she has really good AoE. Her AoE is only getting better now, right? So if we go into the journey, I'm not going to be talking about her base kit. You guys know it. You guys can check the website or the original video where we talk about Aya. Her journey, the first one is a stat for herself, the usual, like every single journey. And then we have the second star right here, which is what's making her do more damage. Charges a Snowflake Blossom effect every 4 seconds. When fully charged, the next normal attack additionally deals AoE magical damage and applies a stun. When the butterfly from the freshman skill collides with an enemy, it applies freeze, which will make it so they have damage every second, and also incoming damage from composed apostles is increased, right? So it is pretty good. It is pretty good. Also, this butterfly will recover HP on Aya, which is welcome. It's a 20% of max HP on the HP recovery, which again, that is huge for surviving longer and you not having to worry about Aya staying alive, maybe, or if someone dies, or depending on what enemies they are targeting. So it is pretty good. Self-sustain is always nice if your damage dealers can keep themselves alive with either life leech or some sustain with like the HP recovery here or whatever it is, right? So that's pretty good. Now, this is making her do a lot better. So if I go to Discord and I show you guys a little bit of a damage reference here, she is doing a lot better. Okay, she could not compete with Elena previously. Now she is almost catching up. That is huge. Remember that Elena is a stupid character in this game. Okay, Elena has no business being this good. But 5.8, 5.6 for some reference as to what she was running, both with the Shion Cape, Dragonlight Sword, and then the Tick Sword here with the Elena drone on Elena. This is not the best setup. This is just an example. You could be running instead a cake for her because she's a magic damage dealer. You could be running even a Moonflower for the damage reduction plus magic damage. A bunch of different items you could be running to increase her damage, all right? But still, it is great. This is a good journey. It's a journey that I would recommend slowly getting. Now, don't pull for it, please, guys. Pulling for Elines, it's awful. It is the worst when it comes to this type of banners. You can get this slowly. Do not rush it. I used devotion to basically get her. I got one Aya in 300 pulls, and then I just ticketed 3 or 4 of them directly. I was okay. I just ticketed the rest, right? So do not pull for it. Slowly, if you can get it, that is great. Now, tier list does not change with the Yearning. Recommendations do not change with the Yearning. What I do want to talk about, however, and what I'm gonna recommend you guys pull for, it's the card itself. This is a huge card. And in fact, before I talk about the card, the damage difference from running the card or not on Elias Frontier, she goes from 5.6. Oh, the window might be closing down. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I'm sorry, boys. 5.6 to 5.8 right here. She's going all the way to 9.4 and 7.5. She's not only making everyone on the mid lane hit harder, but her damage is almost doubling on an already really good damage output. 9.4 and 7.5. really, really good damage output. Now, why is this such a good card? Let's talk about that. So this is Aya's Snowflake Magic. 32 cost, a bit expensive, honestly, giving crit rate and crit damage. The crit damage is 10% only, while the crit rate is pretty good at 22%. We like this mostly for the passive and Aya's passive rather than anything else. So, increases damage dealt by allies deployed in the middle row by 10%. If they are a DPS, increases the attack by 42% at max stars. This was 30%. I don't remember how much it was at 1 star, I'm sorry. I'll check later, but at max stars, it's a 42%. Really, really big increase in damage, and that's why this card is so good. I would not recommend pulling for dupes. As usual, guys, a copy is more than enough. You can slowly get the dupes, slowly get some selectors when we get big events and whatnot. I would not go all in, okay? Just go, grab a copy if you can, because this is fantastic, and the passive for Aya is what's making her also do a lot extra damage. So, if Aya is deployed in the lineup, the following effect activates. Increased damage of composed ally apostles, 30%. And increases damage of sorry, that's the one we read already. And every 10 seconds blooms a small frost flower on a random enemy. The small frost flower deals AoE magic damage and applies freeze, once again applying damage every second and increasing incoming damage from composed apostles. This is the ultimate composed buffer currently with her card. We're talking about a 42% at max stars, a 10% extra here, right? 10% damage here, 42% additionally if it's DPS characters, a 30% extra here because they are composed. Then also doing applying freeze, which makes the enemies take more damage, and she has her own passive, which also increases damage for composed allies even further. This is the ultimate composed buffer. I'm not sure if I want to put it on T0 or not, because obviously it's a fantastic character. Outside of composed, as a DPS herself, she can work as long as you're running her own card, is where she's going to be getting that bump in damage and becoming an incredible character to be using, all right? Would I recommend going all in on any of the current banners? Not really. Grab a copy of the card if you don't have, and I would not even pull for Aya, because Aya has been given for free. If you logged in today, you get for free an Aya, and that is for most people more than enough. Again, for most people. I know a lot of you do want to pull, and if that's the case, go for it. I'm not going to stop you, but in my opinion, a copy is enough, and then it slowly works toward that A2 whenever you actually have time to do it. Also, does anyone know when they are adding the new skins, the ones that they said they were going to be adding with this patch? Because I don't remember. When I read the patch notes, I thought they were going to be adding them directly on this patch, but then I checked the shop today and I did not see them. So if anyone knows, I haven't checked if they did change it or anything, but if anyone knows when they're adding them, do let me know. 2 crayons, we'll take that. 34, I should be using them probably this week or maybe next week. We'll see what we do. That's it. That's everything for Aya. Honestly, a huge upgrade. If the tier list changes, I will be updating the website later today. Maybe by the time this video goes up, you guys have already the website updated, but I'm not sure if I'll have enough time today. Maybe tomorrow. That's it. That's everything for this one. As usual, love you all bastards. You guys have a great evening. Good luck with your pull, the internet, and I'll see you on the next one.